was like, wait,
Snapchat
this doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
And I looked at his systems and I did it.
All right, do we really need to do only 2 problems? Because I really doubt that.
This question was 20.
Judging from what I'm seeing,
Total distance was 20.
I doubt it. Tran. I have a feeling some of us didn't even do the homework. And we're BC. Okay, we'll start with number 9.
I added wrong. I added wrong.
Okay, I can tell just by looking at this, you have to use your calculator because you're gonna get an integral that you can't do. So, the first thing you do is you compute the derivative, dy dx, which is
What chapters?
secant x tangent x, and then you throw it into the length of curve formula, right? It's the square root of 1 plus the derivative squared, so secant x tangent x squared dx, and then you add up all of these tiny pieces of curve from what number are we doing? 9? Negative pi over 3 to pi over 3. See, this integral you can't do by hand, so you have to use a calculator for it. So just punch it in your calculator. And I understand some people had problems punching it in.
Oh no, this is gonna be.
You got the answer though.
You graded my readout slow.
Yeah, you gotta use a calculator. Now, there was one problem where you had to do a trig substitution. And that would be number 1, wouldn't it?
How did it go from secant x tangent x to 1?
What?
Because
What?
the formula that
The
you
formula that we learned yesterday.
We learned it for.
Here, this is it, x1 to x2, the square root of 1 plus dy we actually derived this formula, Amachane, that's really your name.
Oh, I see. I get it now.
Okay, well, so everybody here can do number 1, trig substitution. This is the kind that you can see in the test where you gotta use trigs. Does anybody want to ask number 1?
Yes.
You did number 1.
I don't see it on the board.
It's next to the 2. It's the morning there.
I'll give you more.
On the 21, it's actually a 2.
Okay, dy dx, the derivative is 2x. Throw it into the formula. Wait, well, let me get the limits. Negative 1 to 2. So, integral from negative 1 to 2, square root of 1 plus that thing is squared. Now, if I let you use a calculator, then this problem is easy, right? But I'm not gonna let you use a calculator on the test. There'll probably be no calculator on the test. So, how do you do this integral?
Scary.
Trig substitution. So, x equals, okay, let me call on somebody here. X equals Choi.
X tan X no tan take that up 4 or 2
If that was a
1
4,
half.
then it would be 2. 1
Oh.
half. Ooh, Hanuman.
It's coming back.
Do you guys understand why it's a 1 half there?
No.
To cancel out this 4.
Oh, I get it.
Dx is 1 half secant squared theta d theta. Okay, I'm just gonna take you to a certain point, and then I'm gonna let you walk the rest of the way.
What if you need crutches? And a wheelchair?
You're just gonna have to follow the yellow brick
Standing.
road.
So I can't see.
The iPad open. What is it called again? When you're on the
Come on, I wanna,
spin?
actually, I have lunch already. I don't care if we go through the belt.
Oh, I didn't bring my lunch.
Remoral.
Okay, look, if this is x, what is x squared? If this is x, what is x squared?
That thing's
1, 4,
Sounds.
tangent squared theta. See how the 4's cancel out? That's why you put that there. Times dx, which is 1 half secant squared theta d theta. Correct? These cancel out. And what is 1 plus tangent squared?
Secant squared.
So this is secant squared. And what is the square root of secant squared?
I don't know.
Absolute value of secant. absolute value. Okay, 1/2, oh, you dummy. And then secant squared times secant is secant cubed, the theta. And what are my new limits of integration?
Oh, you need some cough drops.
Dude, I thought you.
No. What are, okay, let me call on somebody. What are the new limits of integration? What's the lower one? Hanuman. Instead of playing with your candy over there.
I was getting it for you.
Make that. If
Um,
I plug in -1 for
so
x
you
there.
do 3 pi over 4 or something, but then.
If I plug in -1 for x here, you get tan theta is -2. So what does that make theta?
Theta
Tan inverse
negative
-2. And then what happens when I plug 2 here? You get tan theta equal 4,
tan inverse.
tan inverse 4. And remember how to compute secant cube theta? That was on the last test.
Secant squared and secant.
That's the one you have to do integration by parts. And then you gotta do a trig identity and bring it over. But remember I told you when you enter the integral b, that's one that you just need to memorize.
What is it?
Okay, I'll go one more step for you. Okay, the antiderivative of Yoshida. You're gonna be in the integral b, right?
No.
He told me to know this.
Yeah, I know, I told everybody in this class to memorize it.
I
No, you
forgot.
took the
Ooh, you
I don't
never-
even know what I have
Yeah,
to
he's a front
I took the
row.
front three.
Yeah.
Because when they go to.
Oh yeah, cause in multivariable next year. And then Tran, you're gonna be next. Yoshida, fail.
Dude, I think Tran's just gonna take AP stat and
Fail,
not
Tran.
Yeah.
Tran's
Okay,
gonna go to multi.
Well, I'll tell you this right now, people.
Come back to
If
music,
you
it's not
refuse
even-
to memorize it, then you gotta do it the long way. You gotta do integration by parts, and then you gotta do put in a Pythagorean identity, and then you end up with the same integral that you started with, and you gotta bring it over. Remember that, solving for the unknown integral?
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else wanna impress me? Wong?
Good question.
Wow.
Nope. Davey, stop looking around.
Wow.
Davey's playing the- Davey's playing the game.
Wait, why do you call
You
him
found
Huang?
it.
Huang.
That's his
That's
last
wrong.
name.
Yeah,
Huang.
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 I sounded like
No,
Wong.
but you call him Davey.
But that's the-
Because I'm not sure if it's a Huang or Huang.
Baby, what is
What
it?
about that?
David, what is it?
1/2
I had to
secant theta tangent theta
No gooey.
plus 1/2 natural log absolute value of secant theta plus tangent theta. That is the antiderivative, and then you go from
Wow, how can you not
tan
say
inverse
Huang and you say
-2 to
Lamichan?
tan inverse 4. I will let you take it from there.
Can you just give the answer so we can memorize it?
6.126.
That's the answer.
No, like you said we have to memorize it, right? So what is
No,
it?
not.
You just memorize that.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, we memorize it?
Okay,
No.
just because of this incident right now, that problem's gonna be on the test.
Well, I'm confused.
Oh no, don't
You have to memorize the integral, not the.
No, you don't have to memorize it. Reinvent the wheel.
square it.
Okay, next. Somebody said 21. Okay, does everybody understand how to do the ones with the integral?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
You just plug X in.
Yeah, I know, but some people don't even, they don't.
Some people didn't even do the homework,
Exactly.
Trevor.
So I'm talking about, I'm talking about 7, 17, or 21. Pick one.
You chose 21.
Well, if you could do 7 and 17, how come you couldn't do 21? It's the same thing.
Harder.
I haven't done any Mr. Plus number.
Did you actually just admit?
Minus 10.
Yeah.
You have your book?
Okay, here's
Yeah.
the function,
PDF.
and we want to find the length of curve from 0 to pi over 4. So integral from 0 to pi over 4, square root of 1 plus the derivative squared dx, right? Yep. So what you have to do is you have to take the derivative of this and put it here, right?
Okay.
That's the formula. Okay, how do you take the derivative of the integral? You use the fundamental theorem of calculus, part 1.
Is that boomerang?
You guys remember?
Cold red.
No, that's not. It's take this, you plug it in there, does that look familiar?
No.
Square root of cosine 2x, but then you gotta multiply by the derivative of that, which is 1. Probably on the test, that's not gonna be 1.
Well, it's probably gonna be like 2.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be probably whatever. So square root of cosine 2x. Okay, now let's simplify this integral. You know, we haven't even gotten to the hard one, the one, oh gosh, we're in trouble.
Is this on the top?
Okay, this is the integral that you gotta do. But if you cannot even write this integral down, that's a fatal error. At least get 1 point for writing the integral down.
1 out of 2?
Okay, now, how do I do this integral? Okay, let me call on somebody. Or is it your?
Your.
Natalie.
No.
Natalie.
Who's Natalie?
I don't know, I wasn't sure if it was you or your.
Wait, what is it? Is it your?
Your.
Okay, stop stalling and do this thing.
Like your.
I don't know.
Yours and mine.
Mine's.
Hey,
Mine's.
doesn't that like remind you of
Yours.
something?
Hey, you almost somebody.
Olga.
2 cosine squared x minus 1.
Okay, we can do that. Olga said, change it to 2 cosine squared x minus 1.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh.
Because the ones cancel out,
Oh.
and then you just get 2 cosine squared x, which is root 2 comes outside, and what's the square root of cosine squared? Absolute value of cosine, but on this interval it's positive. I think you guys can take it from there, yeah.
What was the other way?
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, okay, which is gonna be the same, end up with the same thing anyway. But this is what I was thinking. Inside the radical, multiply top and bottom by 2. Hey,
You somebody.
you somebody.
What is
Who is it, Trev?
I don't know you know.
That's cosine squared x.
Who is the track?
Remember, what's
It's the integral.
what's the only way to integrate cosine squared
Oh, I
x?
just remembered.
You
one.
replace it with the
Plus
identity
one
1
side.
plus cosine 2x over 2, remember? Yeah, okay, it's just my voice is like,
Did you use substitution?
and right now my brain, because some of you are just blowing my mind.
It's like, that's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing.
You guys are blowing my mind that we're BC and we don't have the homework even come started. Or she
Fran.
No, I started.
Fran, what's
Okay.
your 8.1?
I'm only gonna do one more and we're gonna go to lunch already. Okay, which one did I assign? 13, 14, or 15? Because they're all the same. Oh, they're all the same ilk.
Let's do 14 because it's the only even.
13.
13.
No, but I don't know which ones I'm assigning.
13.
I like that logic.
Okay, that means I'm gonna give you one of the other 2 on the test.
The exact same problem.
No, yeah, it could be.
I think there
Okay,
was a hint.
1 over 4y. Yeah, they give you a hint, but I'm not gonna give you no hint.
You should put the equation on the.
Okay, let's get rid of this book, because this is the last thing we're doing in this class.
For the rest of the year?
No, for today.
Oh.
Okay, so obviously, we're gonna use the dx to y one, right? We're gonna integrate in terms of y. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta find the derivative of this. Now, I know, well, in AB, some of them have problems actually just computing the derivative. But we're BC, Abe.
Oh.
That's the same thing you had yesterday.
It's the same one.
Every day.
Yeah.
What the heck is that? Hot dogs.
Just the
Cheetos.
part. I think the fever
Stop
has reached
stalling.
your brain.
Give me the derivative of this
It's a
thing.
hot dog.
Y for y cubed, no. To the power 4 over no, the other way. So y squared plus 1/4. 1/4?
Well, maybe it would be a, no, watch.
Oh, is it?
Maybe, yeah, it's in the denominator, so
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
you
yeah.
should think of it like that.
Mine negative 1/4 to the negative 2.
Okay. See, look, we're having problems even computing the derivative. Now we have to put it in the formula. Square root of 1 plus this thing squared dy, and we're gonna add up all of these tiny pieces from.
Oh my.
I can't do it. 1 to 3. Okay, now you have to be able to do this without a calculator now. Why would anybody can do it on a calculator? You gotta be able to do it without a calculator.
On the test, don't we get a calculator? The AP exam.
On 40% of the test, the other 60% is no calculator.
This is on the 60.
This is on the no calculator part. Okay, now how the heck am I gonna do this? Now they gave you a hint, but some of you don't even know because you didn't bring your book.
I got the PDF.
Oh,
right here.
yeah.
Perfect square.
Okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta multiply this out. 1 plus, okay, I can multiply it out, can you? Who am I gonna call on now? Hui? No, I'm looking at this Hui. That looks very smart though, look at the other Hui. Were you looking at her?
Yeah.
No, I just need a third.
Y to the 4,
Michael, you're here.
Oh. 1/2.
1/2. Okay, let's go back to algebra 1. A minus b squared is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Don't look at Kaneshiro. Look right.
Why didn't you just take your whole thing? Why would you do that?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's correct. Everybody understand why that's only 1/2 there? Because when you multiply this times this, y squareds cancel out. Mr. Park, how is that a perfect square? Because when you add this with this, what is 1 minus 1/2?
1/2.
Yeah, so it becomes the integral from 1 to 3 of y to the 4 plus 1/2 plus 1/16 y to the negative 4. And then A,
You somebody.
you want perfect square. What is that a perfect square of?
Y squared.
Wait, let me call on people. Let's look at this side of the room. Hirano, read it off your paper.
Y squared plus 1/4 y to the negative 2.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want you guys to do. Read it off your paper like Hirano.
Bro, I don't even have a paper.
And then, what is the square root of gorilla squared?
Gorilla.
No, absolute value of gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
However, on this interval, it's positive, so you don't need to put the absolute value.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, I told you, just my voice and my brain. And then now, all you have to do is find the antiderivative. Okay, what is the antiderivative? I'm gonna look at this row right here. Pui, what's the antiderivative of this?
1/3 y cubed. Minus 1/4y. To the negative 1. Okay.
From 1 to 3. And then can I trust you to plug in the top number, bottom number, subtract?
I think so.
I don't trust you. So, if you plug in the top number, then I'm trying to concentrate here. 9 minus 1, 12. You're distracted. Minus 1. Okay, can I trust?
No,
This is all
no,
video.
no. Yes. No, you can't trust us, bro.
Minus 1, minus 4, minus 3.
Let him finish it.
5.
Box said that's the answer.
Okay,
Well, you had your voice this whole time.
why don't you play like the part? You would by yourself on the desk.
No, no. Well, you're faking. You're faking.
You are faking.
Oh, sorry. There's no way you're not faking. You're faking. No, you're faking.